What's good, everybody? I have another video to talk to y'all about, man. This has just been breaking news. I had to get on the mic. I had to talk about this. I had to really record this. Meta has settled on social media. Meta settled social media addiction. I will show you guys social media. So Meta has settled on the social media addiction case with California and other states for 16.7 billion. Now, why is this so important? This is a higher education channel. What does this have to do with social media? What does social media have to do with higher education? Well, if most people don't know, normally when I talk about this type of stuff, is that social media, I have always said this. You can go back and watch my old videos on here. I actually, this time only, I will include it right in the beginning for you to go check out me recommending why you should not have social media while you are in college, because social media is a very, very, as they say, addiction. And so it's a dopamine. It's a lot of research articles on it. If you are in school, if you want to go read about it and learn about it more, I really highly encourage it. But I'm so zealous about it. Happy, but zealous about it because, guys, like, it's a major milestone. Like, for my people in the stock market, they're probably like, oh, or whatever, or it might not even be that bad. But they got some changes coming, some things they have to do. A lot of things are going to change possibly with algorithm. This does apply to us. If you got Facebook, Instagram, anything with Meta that they own, possibly gonna have some changes, some big changes. And it's another reason why you should not be on social media when you're in college. If you do have social media, cool, you promoting your business, cool, great, gravy. But if you're just on it just to be on it, you're just like, you just might as well have YouTube. And you know, I have a little internal beef with Meta because they kicked your boy off of Instagram as well. Remember, go see that post. They kicked me off of Instagram a year ago, 2 years ago at this point, and I ain't went back ever since, because if I can't say what I want to say, I'm not gonna filter myself to say something that I can't or want to say. And so yeah. So getting into the article real quick, it's not really an article, it's a video too. I was gonna play that first, but I had to say my piece. If you made it this far, like and subscribe, because we are definitely about to get into some what's going on. And this is from a CNBC like stock perspective.
They just agreed to a settlement with 49 of the AG states. It's really important because it's for an amount that I think is very reasonable, $12.6 billion. It's 7% we're going to have to be paid now. It's funny because the law fees are almost bigger.
So I'm sorry, what is the number?
$12.6 billion.
That's for all. And this settles the litigation with all states?
No, it's still there's still Florida, because there's an ongoing lawsuit. But this is the California case.
This is the California case,
yes,
that was in court not long ago. We talked to Rob Bonta, the AG, about it last week.
Yeah, there's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks of trial. I thought that the trial was not going well for Meta, but it looks like that the states are willing to settle. The states, this is a really important call because the states have unlimited firepower, and there was a $1.5 trillion number floating around. I don't think anyone really believes it's going to be more than $200 billion, but this is substantial. Now, Meta's been, people don't really care for Meta stock, and I understand that. It's been the worst performer of all these. But I would say that this is a much better deal than anyone thought. There's a possibility that could be as high as 18. Now, there's also TikTok's involved. They haven't settled yet. YouTube hasn't settled yet. But the out-of-pocket exposure on a 10-year basis of $12.6 billion, it's a...
So he said that Jim Cramer just said that YouTube, TikTok, they have ongoing investigations too, but they haven't had a number hit them yet.
It's a rounding.
Yeah, although some of the AGs were saying that it wasn't so much about the damages as they was about the remedies. Do we know anything about that?
The remedies are well within. It could impact as much. It could impact maybe 1% of Meta, because it has to do with how much time kids spend, and kids do not spend a long time on Meta. They do spend. On Insta, Facebook, they do spend more on YouTube. They do spend more on TikTok. So it's probably going to be more impactful for those. The fact that the stock is only up 3% is fanciful, because this is probably the biggest existential threat that they faced. And I don't think anyone thought 12.6. So Some people thought
Still,
that it'd be-
still sounds like a lot of money, although
But
in
over a 10-year
comparison to
period.
what they're spending on CapEx,
Right.
it's certainly not even in a given year. And to your point, over a 10-year period. Reading from the filing here in the court, the proposed consent judgment, including the underlying settlement agreement.
So it's saying it's not that bad for Meta.
They say is substantively fair and reasonable. Jim, they
Right.
go on to say the relief provided is substantial, directly addresses the violations alleged by plaintiffs. They've entered the proposed consent judgment. They say it would fully resolve the state law and COPPA claims alleged by the plaintiffs.
Yes. Now, what's interesting to me is so people can put things in perspective. They have $10 billion legal fee they have to pay now. They already reserved $3 billion for it. So the legal fee, if you're doing a present value, is actually higher than what they're going to owe the states.
Wow, their lawyers are going to make $10 billion? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you.
Whew. So that's the game to be in.
That's Porsche money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, but I mean, look.
He
the
said
fact that
that's a
this
lot
is
of money.
capped, and the most it could possibly be would be 8.
You see how that lawyer went to college? Not him, but he's like the lawyers. He said the lawyer fees are going to be like 10 billion. The lawyers are going to make 10 billion, and that's the game, guys. That's the game we got to play, man. That's why we got to go to college. That's why we got to go to college. 10 billion, 10 billion. Forget sports. I need to go learn the law. 10 billion. The lawyers get 10 billion. I don't even think they won. I don't know what lawyers they talking about, but some lawyers getting 10 billion. And guys, it all plays like, you got to go to school to become a lawyer. You got to go get your bachelor's. You got, I recommend you get your associates like I did, go and get your bachelor's, then go on your way to make your way to law school, for example. All this to say, man, it's a big deal though. Really is, guys. I really like, excuse me. My eyelashes have been getting me all day. It's a really big deal. And how Meta stock turns to buy after 17 billion settlement, Meta, Google. So this is why I really want you guys to focus, like while you're in college, of why you should definitely go to school, why you should definitely go get your bachelor's degree, but why you should definitely not be on social media while you're in college. This can boost your GPA by, oh my goodness, a lot. If you just throw the social media out for a year, I encourage you to do it for multiple years. It helps balance you out, find out who you really are. I'm just telling you things that I did. I was not on social media for like 5 or 6 years, more longer than that, I think. As soon as I graduated high school, I didn't have no reason to use it. The reason I was using it before was because I was trying to promote myself to play basketball. You probably can find some highlights if you really dig on me, but that was my main goal when I was in high school, having social media. And so I just really wanted to emphasize this, talk about this, because it's a really big deal, man, about why you need to go to college, why you should delete social media while you're in college. And this can help you become a person that you could not imagine. And you could be the lawyer getting billions of dollars to represent Mark Zuckerberg. They need lawyers. They don't know the law. This is why you should go to college and strive to be the best. This is why we go to college. This is how we get different degrees. This is how you learn to make money while you're in college. Peace, love, chicken grease. I hope y'all read into the article, but I definitely think I took this opportunity. So hopefully you take advantage of this.
We done. Debt-free degree. They say I bring debt, but we ain't.